Welcome back again to the third video of this series of questions and answers related to the topic AWS Certified DevOps Engineer Professional (DOP). If you like this content, please subscribe our channel. Thank you. To find the complete list of questions and answers, please go to the playlist link provided in the description. Let me know if you have any questions. Now let's begin. The question is, a company's application is currently deployed to a single AWS region. Recently, the company opened a new office on a different continent. The users in the new office are experiencing high latency. The company's application runs on Amazon EC2 instances behind an application load balancer (ALB) and uses Amazon DynamoDB as the database layer. The instances run in an EC2 auto-scaling group across multiple availability zones. A DevOps engineer is tasked with minimizing application response times and improving availability for users in both regions. Which combination of actions should be taken to address the latency issues? Choose 3. Option A. Create a new DynamoDB table in the new region with cross-region replication enabled. Option B. Create new ALB and auto-scaling group global resources and configure the new ALB to direct traffic to the new auto-scaling group. Option C. Create new ALB and auto-scaling group resources in the new region and configure the new ALB to direct traffic to the new auto-scaling group. Option D. Create Amazon Route 53 records, health checks, and latency-based routing policies to route to the ALB. Option E. Create Amazon Route 53 aliases, health checks, and failover routing policies to route to the ALB. Option F. Convert the DynamoDB table to a global table. Correct answer is C, D, and F. Next question is, a DevOps engineer needs to apply a core set of security controls to an existing set of AWS accounts. The accounts are in an organization in AWS organizations. Individual teams will administer individual accounts by using the Administrator Access AWS Managed policy. For all accounts, AWS CloudTrail and AWS Config must be turned on in all available AWS regions. Individual account administrators must not be able to edit or delete any of the baseline resources. However, individual account administrators must be able to edit or delete their own CloudTrail trails and AWS config rules. Which solution will meet these requirements in the most operationally efficient way? Option A. Create an AWS CloudFormation template that defines the standard account resources. Deploy the template to all accounts from the organization's management account by using CloudFormation stack sets. Set the stack policy to deny, update, delete actions. Option B. Enable AWS Control Tower. Enroll the existing accounts in AWS Control Tower. Grant the individual account administrators access to CloudTrails and AWS config. Option C. Designate an AWS config management account. Create AWS config recorders in all accounts by using AWS CloudFormation stack sets. Deploy AWS config rules to the organization by using the AWS config. Management account. Create a CloudTrail organization trail in the organization's management account. Deny modification or deletion of the AWS config recorders by using an SCP. Option D. Create an AWS CloudFormation template that defines the standard account resources. Deploy the template to all accounts from the organization's management account by using CloudFormation stack sets. Create an SCP that prevents updates or deletions to CloudTrail resources or AWS config resources unless the principal is an administrator of the organization's management account. Correct answer is option C. Next question is, a company has its AWS accounts in an organization. In AWS organizations, AWS config is manually configured in each AWS account. The company needs to implement a solution to centrally configure AWS config for all accounts in the organization. The solution also must record resource changes to a central account. Which combination of actions should a DevOps engineer perform to meet these requirements? Choose 2. Option A. Configure a delegated administrator account for AWS config. Enable trusted access for AWS config in the organization. Option B. Configure a delegated administrator account for AWS config. Create a service linked role for AWS config in the organization's management account. Option C. Create an AWS CloudFormation template to create an AWS config aggregator. Configure a CloudFormation stack set to deploy the template to all accounts in the organization. Option D. Create an AWS config organization aggregator in the organization's management account. Configure data collection from all AWS accounts in the organization and from all AWS regions. Option E. Create an AWS config organization aggregator in the delegated administrator account. Configure data collection from all AWS accounts in the organization and from all AWS regions. Correct answer is option B and C. Stay tuned for many more videos like this. If you like this effort, please subscribe our channel and give a thumbs up. Thank you.